Welcome everyone to Author series. And this is episode number 10. And I'm super duper happy, ecstatic, and on cloud nine while introducing this author. We had met in the morning and we met behind the man behind the scenes as well, Sriram. And this time, this author has something special. Might be very common, but something special on the plate with her book. Okay. And what would I say? Maybe she's the one who has inhaled, lived, and became the book before writing her book. She has taught all those concepts which she has written in her book. So that way, I would say she has mastered that art before giving it to the world. And so it's kind of it's kind of reaching there before preaching anybody else. She's the one who believes in perfection because that's what I saw in her writing journey behind the scenes when she was working just as a, chuparustam behind the scenes, hiding. And then suddenly she came up with a proper structure of a book. She is, for me, she looks like a one-woman army. And she is curious to the T. Because for me, if I had to label her, if I had to give her one name, that would be the best question mark, because the kind of questions and the number of questions she asks, actually that gives me a lot of insights. Many a times I get perplexed as well, but that's how I define her, that she is the best question mark ever, because she's asking a lot many questions. So with that, I welcome Uma Srikar on Author to Author series, episode number 10, with her book, Gratitude, My Savior. Welcome, Umaji.
Namaste, Hiram. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah, I would first love to see your book.
Definitely. This is my book.
Wow.
It's clear.
And this has been launched by, better you'd say that.
Yeah.
So recently, Uma has been to a book launch where the booklet guy has done the kind of book launch with her. And yes, so would love to know about that experience also. How was it as your first book launch?
That was wonderful. I would say out of the world, top of the world.
Wow.
So I got this opportunity from a Toastmasters club. I'm a part of it. So they had a district level conference and district level competition as well. They call it conference. So during that, they had kept one book launch session. So 3-4 of us were there. 3 of us were there who had written a book. So, so the book got launched over there and was very, very nice. Very good experience.
Wow. Wonderful. So, so Uma, let's go back to your writing journey. And today is the day to go to the flashback and relive those memories. What inspired you to write this book on gratitude?
Okay. So gratitude has been my part for a very long time. Every day I'm practicing gratitude. So when we were going through that brainstorming of finding out our niche, immediately that came to my mind was gratitude. But I was in double mind whether I should pick this up or not, because the concept is very simple and people almost know about it. So writing a book, in that I was thinking, but will I get that kind of content to write a book? So there were a lot of dilemmas were there, but slowly and steadily I could come out of it and I could present a book on gratitude. I'm very happy about that.
Okay, wonderful. That's so beautiful. So Uma, I know your journey of cover. Would you like to share what goes behind the scenes when it comes to the author? Like generally what people have the perception is about being an author is about the glamorous job, sitting with your laptop or sitting in some cafe, having your coffee and sipping on ideas. So what's the reality behind the scenes, and how writing is just one part of that, being an author?
I think ideation was the biggest part for me. That took a lot of time. Writing didn't take much time for me. If you remember, initially when we had started, I completed it fast and I finished it off. But I was not happy with the way, the writing had taken the shape. I wanted to give it some different shape. I wanted something more impactful. And slowly and steadily, when you introduced different kind of tools and techniques in writing, so I kept, improvising on my own ideas, how I can come up with a better version of what I had already written. So one fine day, I just thought, no, this is not doing. I'm not fully satisfied. I will rewrite everything. And that is how, immediately the ideas came up, It took that kind of time. And then the ideas came up and immediately I started writing and then I didn't look back. So, and I was completely satisfied. And I thought that is the most important part, that I should be satisfied with how I'm presenting it to the people. If I'm not satisfied, how I'm going to convince others. So that's how it all happened.
It's beautiful, actually. So now since the satisfaction is there, let's move towards a few more questions which will help you to revive all those memories. So describe your book in one line.
Describe the book in one line. We have done all these exercises so many times. But at this stage, okay. The most powerful tool in your kit of being successful.
Wow. That's indeed very powerful. Okay, Uma, who is your favorite author and your favorite book?
I'll say I've not read a lot of books and definitely not like a lot of books from one author. So whenever I read any book, if it interests me, for that time, that becomes my favorite author. But one author that has always and always, impacted me is Osho. Anything I read about him, whether it is a book, an article, I get a lot of answers. So he has always been my favorite. And right now also I'm reading one book of him, an autobiography. This is an autobiography of a spiritually incorrect mystic, again by Osho. Yeah. And the humor element that he adds, that also, I like it very much. And that makes me read it more and more. So he has always been my favorite. Otherwise, all the books that I read that has an impact on me, I love all the authors. So I don't have one particular author, but this is one author that I keep going back.
Okay, interesting. So Uma, what was most challenging when you were writing that book?
Challenging. I wanted to put across a lot of my personal story as an example. And I found that those stories are kind of little negative. And I didn't want to offend anybody. So I wanted to put across in such a way that I have done my job. I've made my readers understand the points. At the same time, the people who are reading, they should not, especially from people who know me, they should not feel offended. So that was the biggest challenge for me. And I think I did come out of it.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So what was that one belief, limiting belief, I would say, that you conquered during this journey, Uma?
A belief that book writing takes a lot of time, years and years, because that is what I had seen people doing. Even my own elder brother has written a book. He took some good 3-4 years, I believe. So I had that thing in mind. Once I start writing, maybe I will take a lot of time. And that was a perception, but you all made it so easy that we could finish it just in 2.5 months. That's really remarkable. Thanks to you.
My pleasure. And what was your brother's reaction?
Yeah, he definitely, yeah, he was very happy, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because he saw something opposite of what he is actually practicing. So great. You have both the examples in the family now. The faster writer and the writer who takes time.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Uma. So, what was the most exciting part of this journey?
Exciting part of this journey was fine. At one point of time, I thought I will not sit at home and I will go out and write it. So I found a place in a nearby mall, and every day during afternoon times, I used to go there and order a coffee or something to eat, and I start writing. I think that was really nice. That was quite exciting for me. Like every day, I used to wait for that time. Okay, this time is fixed for writing, and I'll just simply go out and do it. And I did it in a very nice way, I feel.
Yeah, I
Which I
remember
just,
once or twice you shared with me that, you're, since we are neighbors only,
yeah,
in the same part, so same part of Mumbai. So you said that I'm in the nearby mall. Do you want to come and all? So yeah, I am also like, for once in a while I go to cafes and write, so that there's this change of environment for a change. So
yeah.
yeah, I can understand that part
That
really well.
lively environment gives you some more motivation, I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so who was the most happiest person seeing your book apart from yourself and me? Okay.
Definitely. I think it would be my mother, though she's no more, but I'm very, very sure sitting up there, she's the one who is the most happiest to see my work. I know wherever she is definitely watching me and blessing me for this. I'm pretty sure about it.
Indeed. And I guess that's why, the very first book which came with was about gratitude. I guess that has some connection with your mother's blessings.
Yeah, definitely. Because I have dedicated this book to my mother, and it was always there in my mind.
Mm.
And when we had planned to write a book, like when this assignment was given as a part of NLP program, so that time she was alive, but she was bedridden. So that time itself, I had this thought, I will dedicate it to her, and a lot of things may change for her and all that. Unfortunately, the book could come up only after she left. She expired in April, and we could do it in October, November. So even then, I believe wherever she is definitely very, very happy seeing this progress in her life.
Absolutely. So, Uma, what was your new empowering belief, or what is your new empowering belief about writing now?
It is that I can complete a book in a month. By 2 months now I can complete it even in a month's time, if I structure it properly the way you all have taught us. So it is very much possible. So that's a new belief, and I want to play around it.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we move towards the next part of rapid fire rounds, which is this or that, where I will be giving you options. You have to choose either this or that.
Okay.
Ready?
Sure.
Okay. So what do you like more, writing or editing?
Writing for sure.
Okay. Editing or marketing?
Both are tricky. Okay, for sure.
Okay. Blog or story writing?
Blogs, which I'm already writing. So I want to write stories also in blogs.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful combination. Story or novel, Uma?
Obviously, stories. Novel must be very, very long. I have never even read that many novels to understand what all goes into it. So obviously, stories.
Okay. A novel or a non-fiction?
Non-fiction for sure.
Okay. A thriller or a romantic fiction? What would you prefer to write?
Both are challenging. I'll make an attempt for thriller.
Okay. Then mythology or crime fiction?
Mythology, crime fiction. No crime for me. I'll definitely choose mythology.
Okay. Autobiography or self-help book, Uma?
Self-help.
Oh, nice. Okay. So reading or writing, what do you like more?
Writing. Reading, I still have to get a grip on it.
Okay. Journaling or story writing, what do you like more?
I'll say journaling because there also we write stories only. So story writing is kind of included in journaling as well. So I'll go for journaling. I love doing that.
Okay. So want to learn more about writing while writing a second book, or you want to do it by yourself because you're well equipped with this first part? However, that's your choice.
There are so many more elements are there. I can see it, I can feel it. So definitely I would like to learn more and more. Always open to learn.
Oh, lovely. Okay, Uma. So my favorite question, and I would rather let you guess what the question is and would love to know the answer.
Okay. For me, it is Hina because Writer Nama will come. By one, we will get 10 versions of Writer Nama when Hina is there. So I will definitely choose Hina.
So sweet. So sweet of you. Okay, so Uma, there are few things which I would say that I would love to know. The nation wants to love to know your journey because I know it completely about your writing. That when you were in that process versus now, what would be few lessons or takeaways which might have looked like very frustrating at that times, but not anymore, and you might be thankful for those things? What are those things?
Okay. Frustrating, I feel there was nothing frustrating as such. Things went really smoothly. Yes, there was a time when I was completely blank. Like, how do I go about it? I wanted to put across in such a way that it should not be preachy and it should be very simple. So that's the reason I've written this book in a very simple language. No jargons used, no spirituality thing or other things are used. The words are used. So it's written in a very simple way so that anybody can pick up the book and start their journey in gratitude. So this was a challenge, but it was definitely not frustrating. I was just trying to come up with ways to put across things in that way. So when I look back now, I feel I'm pretty satisfied, and I'm very sure that it will be received also very nice.
Indeed, yeah. And so, what would be your message, first of all, to your fellow writers in the group?
They all are very good writers, and I really appreciate the topics that each one of them have taken. It has enriched our journey as a author as well, and as a NLP participant as well in that group. So I congratulate each and every one of them for coming up with different niche and making us also enriched in the process. What I would like to tell them is, please keep writing books. Please keep coming up with many more books. Don't stop here.
Lovely. Okay, and Uma, I would love to know what is your message to the audience?
The message is, gratitude is one thing, that is a missing link in our life in many ways. When you read it, very first chapter is about that. What is gratitude? So I invite all the readers to please pick up this book, and it is a guide come workbook for 30 days. So proper guidance is given how to use this book. So you can read out the guidance, and with examples it is given so that all the concepts gets clear. So I want all of you to pick up that book and try it out once. Go through that book. Since it is a workbook, the steps are mentioned. You have to just write the answers. So spend 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before going to bed. Take that challenge for 30 days, and I'm sure you will see a magical shift in your life. So once you do it, I'm sure you are going to get hooked with it. But once, please pick up the book and do it. That's
Absolutely.
my request for everyone. Yeah.
We'll rather let that be a command, because gratitude is something which seems very easy to do. However, many people misunderstand that. However, many people may lack that kind of structure or that kind of consistency. And I'm very sure by having a look at your book that your book addresses each of these points. And once that these 3 points are taken care of, I guess that's where you can skyrocket your life, and you can kind of amplify all your dreams and all your dream life to next level. I personally have experienced the power of gratitude, and this is coming from the core of my heart. Before even we met, uh, and so I know, like, and I started without any intention. I was just going with the flow because I was seeing everywhere everybody is doing, gratitude journey. So let me start with that. So I seriously started with that. Nothing else was on my mind, and just to show on social media that time back then, because I had just started my venture and everything. I was just like, every day I will talk about, in some way or the other on my stories that, I'm doing gratitude journaling. And within, I would say 3 months or something, I started getting a shift, especially in terms of my, what would I say, the positivity. That's where the very first effect which I started noticing. And since then, there was no looking back. I remember there was 1 year completely where I did gratitude journaling for 365 days completely. And after that, the kind of, I would totally say, transformation, and I'm using it very intentionally because that's what really happened. My narratives about life and everything started changing, because when you are noticing good things in every day, you are actually training your mind to see the positives, because all the time we are focused on the dark sides of life. This happened in the day, this that happened in the day, but the day is not completely bad ever. There are always some good moments, and that's what gratitude does. It changes your perception. So that's the power, I guess, your book carries. The one who understands will definitely go for that. So make your
That's
2024
right.
absolutely worthwhile with Uma's book.
You have pointed it out correctly. Gratitude is an attitude which comes with practice. And the very important aspect is, whenever there is a setback comes in, once you are in that space of gratitude, the resilience comes automatically. So you don't go down so so easily. So that is very empowering. And gratitude is also called as a mother of all the emotions. So once you are in the space of gratitude, all kinds of positivity is going to come there. So that's the reason we say, well, gratitude is a key to abundance as well. Once you practice gratitude, all kinds of abundance in every area of your life, you can experience it. And it is very, very experiential. So that's the reason I don't talk much about what it's going to do and how it is going to happen and all that. Do it, experience it, and enjoy the benefits, enjoy the magic. That's what I will say. It's completely experiential. And it doesn't take much time. I'm just asking for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before going to bed. Just go through that and write down a few points, go into that space, and that's it.
Beautiful. So, thank you, Uma, for being there and sharing all these insights. And This has been a wonderful journey with you. And I love the fact that the kind of curiosity you have, I guess that's the core of everything. In fact, in our whole TTT group, the kind of, I would say a batch which I got was completely class apart. So even if you guys say that, it was because of me, it was always a two-way, I would say it was a two-way effort. It was coming from you guys with equal energies, be it the questions, be it the kind of curiosity, be it the kind of dedication to come to the sessions, even though every session exceeded more than 3 hours every time. And even though, sitting there with dedication and uh, learning with a lot of that part and going ahead together while maintaining the group's energy, motivation, sharings, everything, and completing it in 2 months. Hats off to you guys.
I'll give 100% credit to you, Hina. You made things so easy, so simple for us, and in such a structured way, you made us go through that writing journey. Everything just fell in place. So a big, big thanks to you.
Indeed, my pleasure. Okay, so thank you so much, Uma. Anything you want to say in one line to the audience?
First of all, I would like to thank a very big thank to our mentors, Dr. Pranayam and Pavan sir. So because of them, we could get into this book writing and come up with this book. So a very big thanks to them from the core of my heart. And about the audience, once again, I will request them. This is a definitely very transformative book. And as I said, it is very experiential. So please do the exercises. And then in one day, you can feel the shift. First day when you do it, just for 5 minutes, you can see the change. And just imagine if you keep building on that within a month's time, how much shift you can experience. And in 3 months, then in a year, and once you keep continuing it, you're going to keep building up on that. So I really want all of you to pick up that book. And I also have a mission to see like everybody around me to be more compassionate and more, connected with themselves. So this is one book that will help you reach there, and in a very simple way. It is very simple yet very effective and profound. And you can gift it to your friends and relatives and others as well, whoever you like, and it is a gifting time, so you can pick up this book and gift others as well. So this is my request to all of you. Try it once. Thank you.
Our pleasure. And I'm very sure because as I said, if you want to change your narratives in 2024, go for Uma's book, Gratitude, My Savior. I will also be dropping the link in the description of this video. Go check that out and get it and make it your must-do part in your daily schedule. Also, I will be sharing her social media handles where you can connect with the author directly, share your heart-to-heart talks, and just level up your learnings with them. Thank you so much for being here to all the lovely audience and warm audience. And thank you, Uma, for sparing time and being on Author to Author series episode number 10. Thank you.